Hello everyone. This is Easy Esports once again. I am your broadcaster and one of your shoutcasters today. For the Tetris division, I am Cyan Cyber from Stuyvesant Class of 23.
And I am going to be the co-commentator for today's first match. I am Wintel, also Sty 23.
Alright, so today's match is going to be between Hunter number 1 and Brooklyn Tech number 1. Two of the strongest teams that we currently have in the tournament, so definitely going to be an exciting match. So we're going to be playing the overs match first, which is going to be Bad Goblin versus Sloppy Potatoes. We should be ready to go at any moment. Just
Waiting for confirmation. Alright, and it seems like both players are ready, and we can undergo our first half of today's first match between Hunter and Brooklyn Tech.
Alright, good luck to both teams. Alright, cool.
Now, just looking at the matchup, Bad Goblin has consistently been the strongest over in this tournament, being the only X rank in this tournament, and being very proficient in a lot of things. Like, as we just saw with his PCs, he is very knowledgeable with them, and is able to send out high amounts of damage at the start of the round, so we have to see how Sloppy Potatoes adapts to that.
Of course, so we can see Bad Goblin really putting on the attack right now. Sloppy Potatoes definitely playing from B5, but isn't slouching in any sort of way, hitting back, going for a great prophecy setup with that T-spin into follow-up damage. Bad Goblin having to slow down a little bit, but does manage to get out and has great follow-ups. Both players are somewhat safe, but Sloppy Potatoes much higher. However, is going to be able to get down, and both players, yeah, chilling in some an approximate mid-game position.
Yeah, we're almost 1 minute in, and both players are still playing at extremely high levels of APM right now. Both with Bad Goblin maintaining over 100 APM this entire round, and Sloppy Potato is not falling too far behind, still averaging almost around 100 APM. Right now, Bad Goblin's very high up on his board, but manages to end a nice 16 spike over to Sloppy Potatoes, who is relatively unaffected by it.
Right, and Sloppy Potatoes managed to cancel out most of that, and now is pretty safe. Bad Goblin has a little bit of cheese at the bottom of the board, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. And Sloppy Potatoes almost dying there, but managed to find the sends they needed to get out of that position. Now sending over a big 10 spike over to Bad Goblin. Bad Goblin wasn't fully ready to cancel it, but does manage to find a creative downstack solution. And now it has a massive 9-0 stack going for them. Huge damage potential here, while Sloppy Potatoes having misdrop is going to suffer from all that damage, and that's going to be the first game to Bad Goblin.
Fortunate misdrop with the STPC on Sloppy Potatoes side. Now we're transitioning into the mid-game stage.
Unfortunate opening misdrop, but Sloppy Potatoes does now have a big 9-0 well to work with. Is also misdrop slightly once more, but it isn't going to be too much of an issue, and they are going to be out of it. Big fractal sends though from Bad Goblin. However, Sloppy Potatoes managed to survive it, and now is in a really great board position. A lot of garbage on the board to work with. However, Bad Goblin doesn't really seem to be affected too much by what Sloppy Potatoes has been sending, is looking extremely comfortable in this position.
Very nice T-spin triple find on Sloppy Potatoes, who goes a second one right after. But it's pretty high up on their board and might need a downstack soon, because Bad Goblin, known for his ability, his really good pressure.
Right, and that pressure is going to be too much is going to prove too much for Sloppy Potatoes once again. Bad Goblin taking yet another game. So a small early lead right now, but nothing too significant yet. Sloppy Potato starting off with SDPC, while Bad Goblin starts off with PCO and the follow-up 2 high PC. Sloppy Potato is looking just fine, taking most of that garbage, and now has a really big 9-0 well once again to work with.
But unfortunately, Bad Goblin, it just sends too much garbage, and Sloppy Potato is unable to capitalize on all of that queen.
Bad Goblin starting off with TKI. Sloppy Potato is a little bit further behind, but is currently trying to open up their well. Taking a little bit long to do it. Doesn't have a great board state, but does eventually manage to get their IPs and find their way out. Bad Goblin locked in a bit of an unfortunate position due to the one send from Sloppy Potatoes. Had to cancel that T-spin double they were looking for. However, does find great follow-ups afterwards. Huge amount of damage. Sloppy Potatoes pushed all the way to the top. Oh, but accidentally misdrops the J piece at the very top and hangs the stack. That's going to be a 4-0 lead for Bad Goblin.
Bad Goblin once again opting to go for PCO, but Sloppy Potato manages to send enough garbage just in time to prevent the PC. Oh, an unfortunate misdrop on Sloppy Potato's end. Now gets in a bit of pressure, but nothing too bad. Is working their way down right now. Manages to open up the well.
Huge spikes coming out from Sloppy Potatoes. Bad Goblin pushed all the way up, but does manage to survive, and now once again has great garbage to work with and potential for a counter spike. However, Sloppy Potatoes is running just fine. Misdrop of the JP and of the L piece is going to going to make things a bit difficult, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. It gets out of it just fine. Bad Goblin a little bit cheesed up at the bottom of the board from Sloppy Potatoes sends. But Sloppy Potato sent all the way up, and now has once again a lot of damage and garbage to work with. Bad Goblin's barely staving off the sends from Sloppy Potatoes one more time. Bad Goblin desperately searching for the IPs, does get it, but doesn't have a great stack to follow up with. Is extremely uncomfortable, and that's going to be the first game for Sloppy Potatoes.
Bad Goblin opting to go for TKI this time, building up that LC stack, potentially building up huge amounts of back-to-back right now. Sloppy Potato is pretty high up on his board. Oh, and the unfortunate eye misdrop might seal it.
Yeah, just unfortunate misdrops there, and just huge opener damage that once again from Bad Goblin. So you really can't be making mistakes in opener, because Bad Goblin is super strong in that position. Once again, opener misdrops from Sloppy Potatoes. Bad Goblin going for the 4 wide. Doesn't have the greatest garbage out of it, but still a huge amount of damage. 33 spike, just too much for Sloppy Potatoes to handle, and that's yet another game for Bad Goblin. Just yeah, great stuff from Bad Goblin. Sloppy Potatoes just didn't really have the resources to deal with it.
That the gap continues to widen. We have to see if Sloppy Potato is able to respond.
And that is going to be the case. STPC PC garbage is going to be enough to kill Bad Goblin, along with a little bit of follow-up.
Bad Goblin going for PCO. I'm going to be able to get the PC solve here. Sloppy Potatoes sending over massive amounts of garbage at the start of the round, but Bad Goblin is working his way down. Sends back a nice 11 spike over. Gets a clear. Now back at the bottom of his board and gets the mid-game PC.
Crazy stuff we're seeing here. Sloppy Potatoes wasn't in a position to really deal with that PC garbage, and just was unfortunately just topped out. Once again, Sloppy Potatoes starting off with SDPC, while Bad Goblin starting off with TKI. Sloppy Potatoes doesn't really get the PC off with the SDPC, but it does manage to get out of the sends from Bad Goblin, now just working their way down through the garbage.
Bit of an awkward S misdrop there, but manages to clean it up. And just as I say that, another misdrop. But Sloppy Potato manages to open up the well, and just a few pieces away from opening up the next well. Meanwhile, Bad Goblin's board not looking too great right now. Has to work through a bit of cheese.
Bad Goblin, yeah, is working through the cheese, but now there's a bunch of cheese on Sloppy Potatoes' board from all the cheese that Bad Goblin was clearing. Sloppy Potatoes struggling a little bit right now. Can't really seem to find the fastest solutions, but is managing to hold on. Does get a nice combo out of that T-spin double, And now has a bit cleaner garbage if they can follow up, but the sends from Bad Goblin were too much, and that's going to be an 8-2 lead for Bad Goblin. Bad Goblin's trying to pull away with this first match here. Big lead.
We're starting with PCO, but unable to get the PC solve here. Subpotato is a bit of a J misdrop. Manages to convert it to a T-spin. And another T-spin right after.
Sloppy Potatoes currently going for a T-spin single just for efficiency. Bad Goblin having to work through their board a little bit. Not great pieces for the board state they're in. Does eventually manage to get through it. Sloppy Potatoes seems to have been a small J misdrop, but it's easily fixable with the tuck. And then another misdrop, and then another misdrop. It was just too much for Sloppy Potatoes, and Bad Goblin sends were enough. Bad Goblin now on match point.
Subpotato does manage to find the PC solve, but because of the garbage that Bad Goblin's over, was unable to actually send the PC itself. But currently just building up a very nice 6-3 stack, and Bad Goblin just too high up on his board right now.
What we saw from Bad Goblin there was STSD chain, really impressive, but it was a bit too aggressive. There weren't the TPs to take advantage of that position. So unfortunately, Bad Goblin is going to top out there. Sloppy Potatoes once again starting off with SCBC. Bad Goblin with this opener I have yet to identify, but it seems to have been effective, leading to multiple STSDs. Sloppy Potatoes currently working their way with this massive garbage well, going for a massive down spike combo. Bad Goblin doesn't really have the pieces to take advantage of the position. Just needed a 9 piece, just couldn't get it. Tried to find a creative down stack, just didn't have it, and so it's going to be yet another game for Sloppy Potatoes.
Both players starting around with the same exact openers as last time, but both players end up misdropping their openers really bad and now have to work their way through their self-made cheese. But Sloppy Potatoes manages to do it pretty quick. Bad Goblin had to take a little bit more time, but manages to find a nice donation there, sending over an 11 combo over to Sloppy Potatoes, who unfortunately misdrops who spins the wrong piece in, spinning the Z piece instead of the T piece, and now too much garbage for Sloppy Potatoes to handle.
And yeah, that's the first overs match to Hunter. Good job. It's definitely a lot closer than what we expected here, but it was definitely an impressive match from both players.
Yeah, very impressive performance on both sides. Definitely didn't expect Sloppy Potatoes perform as well as they did given the rank disparity, but they managed to clutch out 4 rounds.
Yeah, 4 games that will help their under potentially win this match for the Brooklyn Tech team. So we'll be getting our unders match underway soon. It will be Zinvade versus Epic Gamerman 2.
Zinvade having to only win 10 rounds, and Epic Gamerman 2 having to win 16. If we get the stats, both players, Epic Gamerman is S+ rank, Zinvade S-, so it is very possible for Epic Gamerman to make up for the disparity in rounds from the first half. But Zinvade does have the advantage in terms of rounds, so it is possible for them to win out the match too.
Alright, we should be able to get underway relatively soon.
Waiting on a confirmation from both players. Alright, and with that, both players are ready, and we'll be starting the second half of our first match. Alright, Epic Gamerman starting out with a TKI build, but a bit different, using the T piece to build up a bit instead. And Zinvade just building up a 6-3 stack right now.
Zenvade had a T-spin opportunity, didn't really seem to take it, choosing to just play really low to the board, low to the ground, playing extremely safe, waiting for a send from Epic Gamerman. There's my first send from Epic Gamerman with the 9-0 stack. Definitely, actually, Epic Gamerman playing a bit faster than Zenvade is currently. However, neither, in the grand scheme of things, isn't too dangerous for Zenvade. They do manage to get out of their stack and uses the well from the garbage to send back to Epic Gamerman.
Okay, we're taking a bit of time to think there, which gave Zenvade a bit of time to send over some garbage, but Zenvade has a bit of time. No, Epic Gamerman has a bit of time to clean things up after Zenvade's misdrops.
Yeah, just the unfortunate V and S misdrop follows from Zenvade. Epic Gamerman just needs to send one quad, or the T-spin double is just fine too, and that's going to be the first game for Epic Gamerman. So already taking a small lead here. True lead is much larger though. Only 9 more games needed for Epic Gamerman compared to Zenvade's 16. So we'll see if Zenvade can change up and just adjust. But it is still early on. A lot can still happen. Epic Gamerman sending a T-spin double over. Zenvade pushed up kind of high, but just have a great stack for a down stack combo. Sends over 7. Epic Gamerman isn't fully able to cancel it, and now it's sent a little bit of cheese. They do manage to find a T-spin double setup out of it though, and is going to be able to clean this up relatively quickly.
Gamerman finding a nice T-spin there, converts it into a nice little combo there, sending over 8 anti-garbage over to Zenvade, who's slowly getting pushed up to the top of their board. And that ass quad is all that Epic Gamerman needed to finish up that round. Zenvade was just too high up.
It definitely seems like Epic Gamer has a bit of a speed advantage over Zenvade. However, both players starting off with TKI this round, and it cancels, but the follow-up send from Epic Gamer is going to give Zenvade a lot of garbage. However, the stack isn't really comfortable for Zenvade, needs another eyepiece, just had to fill in with the L, but now is going to have a lot of garbage to clean up on their own board. Has a little bit of a combo going for them. Epic Gamerman trying to put on a lot of pressure. Zenvade is going to get pushed up really high. It's still okay for now. It does have some follow-up clears and skims, but if Epic Gamerman just gets a little bit more, they will be able to finish off this game. As Zenvade misdrop with the J at the top, it was just too much from Epic Gamerman, and that's going to be 3 in a row for Epic Gamerman. So definitely a bit unexpected here, a big early lead for Epic Gamerman. We'll see if Zenvade can make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, Epic Gamerman only 1 round win away from evening up the true score right now. Managed to send over a PC from PCO, going for a second PC here.
Actually, Epic Gamerman is massively in the lead, being on the Hunter team.
Wait, yeah, you're right. I'm a little bit slow. I got the wrong. Anyways.
Anyway.
Hey, oopsies.
Yeah. Well, a huge send from Epic Gamerman once again to push Zenvade all the way up, and that's going to be a 4-0 lead. Zenvade hasn't really been able to do much yet. Epic Gamerman with the APM and PPS advantage currently. Epic Gamerman starting off with what appears to just be some sort of creative T-spin setup. Zenvade getting a T-spin 0 to start, and the Z misdrop to boot. So not going to start great, but does have a massive well to work with now.
Yeah, Epic Gamer right now just building up the 9-0 stack right now. Cancels a bit of garbage that Zenvade was sending over.
Epic Gamer Zenvade had the T-spin triple setup, but didn't take it, and is trying to down stack this. Does open up their well, covers up momentarily, but reopens it. Opting for a couple skims right now. Epic Gamer though has the T-spin double into a combo follow-up, once again pushing Zinvade up really high. Zinvade now struggling a little bit, looking for some sort of solution out of this.
Again, sending over a T-spin single, but just not enough to pop out Zinvade yet. Sends another T-spin double and another one right after.
Yeah, a big lead coming from Epic Gamerman. Five game win streak. Definitely the momentum you can see is on Epic Gamerman's end. Epic Gamerman does get the PCO solved. However, Zinvade choosing to combo down stack it and gets the lucky 9-0 garbage stack. So takes uses a little bit of damage. However, Epic Gamerman seems to have been able to deal with most of it, but now is pushed up a little bit and does need to work through this stack, and is able to do so with a lot of follow-up damage available. However, Zinvade now is the one putting on the pressure. A lot going on to Epic Gamerman's board, and Epic Gamerman all the way at the top, struggling a little bit.
This is Zinvade to try to finish up this round. Sends over a T-spin double, but Epic Gamerman manages to cancel out most of the garbage, and it's just a few pieces away from opening up as well, and accessing a massive amount of garbage.
Epic Gamerman currently working on the little bit of cheese at the bottom of their board, gets through most of it successfully. Zinvade having the unfortunate Z placement in the middle of their board, but does manage to clear it for now, and does have the follow-up pieces to help lower their stack a little bit. But unfortunate Iron Misdrop is going to skim out of it. But that is just going to provide more time for Epic Gamerman, and that S follow-up is only just going to make things worse. The S Misdrop follow-up. Yeah, Zinvade just struggling at the top here, just doesn't have great pieces to work with, trying to get the eye over, but just couldn't get it, and that's going to be yet another game for Epic Gamerman.
Epic Gamerman going for a TKI opener. Zinvade just going for a bit of a freestyle T-spin setup here. Gonna get a nice combo. Gonna send a good amount of garbage over to Epic Gamerman, who's just building up a no stack right now, building up that back-to-back. Really high up now. Gonna send over a bit of a small combo over to Zinvade.
Zinvade currently needs an I piece, but instead chooses to skim with the T piece. Now has they're well covered up. Needs another I piece to get out of this position. Has to once again cover up with an L piece, and it's just a lot of the self-made cheese is going to prove really dangerous as Zinvade, and there's nothing you can do at the top there. The small little sends from Epic Gamer were enough to top Zinvade out for a massive 7-0 lead.
Gamerman once again going for the PCO, but unable to get the PC solved, so he's just gonna build up a 5-4. Has a T-spin ready. Decides to not go for it and just send the Tetris instead.
Epic Gamerman has a T-spin double setup, is going to take it.
Out of Queen on Epic Gamerman's side that they were able to just access. Meanwhile on Zinvade, so it has to work through a bit of cheese that Epic Gamerman sent over. Nice little donut on Epic Gamerman's side, but a little bit risky, but manages to find it in time before Zinvade's able to capitalize on that opportunity.
Epic Gamerman now choosing to skim out of their stack a little bit, making their way down, having to deal with a little bit of cheese at the bottom, but isn't going to prove too difficult. Zinvade finds their T-spin double and a bit of a combo follow-up as well, sending yet more cheese onto Epic Gamerman's board. Zinvade struggling a little bit right now, having to stack a lot while waiting for that T piece. Does manage to get the T-spin double off, but the unfortunate S misdrop follow-up has the I piece to try to fix things, but then the Z misdrop at the top is just going to prove probably fatal after this. Yeah, and that's going to be yet another game for Epic Gamerman. Up 8-0.
Yeah, that T-spin at the end that Zinvade made kind of just like spelled disaster because they had to waste a TP stare and had to keep cycling. And unfortunately, the next TPs didn't come for a while. And Zinvade was able, I mean, not Zinvade, Epic Gamerman was able to take advantage of that and just send garbage over to Zinvade. And speaking of garbage, Epic Gamerman starting off with another PCO, sending over a massive amount of garbage over to Zinvade, who managed to open up the well, gonna send back 2 quads over to Epic Gamerman.
Epic Gamer Man gets a T-spin single in the middle, but one of the T-spin double, but unfortunately had to take it. But Gamer Man though does have a lot of garbage to work with, really clean stack with the T-spin quad for the 10 spike. Going to push Zinvade up really high. Zinvade looking for a down stack. Just, has one available, is going to be accessed to well, but doesn't have the IPs to really take advantage of it, and that's going to be yet another game for Epic Gamer Man. Currently on match point, about to take it for the Hunter #1 team.
Gamerman once again going for the PCO here. Zinvade, bit of an awkward situation here. Has to dig through for another eyepiece, potentially. Meanwhile, Epic Gamerman trying to find a kill right now, but just doing it out of skimming. Trying to find any way to send some damage over. He managed to do so with a T-spin double, but Zinvade has managed to clean up their board a bit, has accessed their well, and just as I say that, unfortunate misdrop, but nothing too bad with their current pieces.
Zinvade struggling a little bit, but does manage to find the massive T-spin squad to send Epic Gamer Man up really high as well. Zinvade currently just looking for a downstack, but that's going to be it. Epic Gamer Man wins for the Hunter #1 team. Congratulations to the Hunter #1 team for their win. Extremely dominant victory, 20-4, and the unders match being a complete sweep.
Yeah, it was a bit of an uphill battle there, not only with the round disparity, with Bad Goblin managing to get the win over Side Potatoes 10-4, so 6th round advantage, and also the rank disparity between Epic Gamer Man and Zinvade, which made it very difficult.
Right, we will be taking a short intermission in a second. It will be, the next match will be New Utrecht versus Stuyvesant team #1. So definitely an exciting match to watch out for. And we will be back shortly after an intermission. Sorry everyone, we'll be doing a quick interview with the winning team. So any thoughts, Hunter #1?
I mean, I was initially pretty concerned when Sloppy Potatoes was playing really well. Definitely played above the rank. They're like 23.9, I believe. Great pressure and good survival. So I was initially concerned, but Kathan cleaned it up. He was held as strong, had some amazing plays. I don't know, super proud. Great job all around.
Yeah, no, I think the person William played, Sloppy Potatoes, they had me shook as well, honestly. I was watching the match and I was like, oh damn, you know, this is gonna be hard, but you know, I think I brought my A game, so we managed to end it up.
Yeah, very solid performance overall on your team. And just to add on a bit about what you said with Sal Potatoes, just when I was watching the match, I was very impressed during the first round. It was a pretty long round, a lot of back and forth between Bad Goblin and Sal Potatoes. And when I saw that first round, I was just like, I knew that I was in for a pretty exciting match, but just by the way that both of you were playing.
Absolutely. I started screen watching more when I started dropping rounds, and I was seeing that you know, I was the second to the party there because they were clearly paying attention, and I saw them do weights at certain times when I was going to send, and that's just like amazing awareness. So I fully believe that they will be X rank themselves soon enough.
Speaking of Sloppy Potatoes, do you have anything to say about your match against Bad Goblin?
Well, I wasn't playing that well, and I also felt like I had to play faster in order to like win. And I was also like most scared about the opener phase
Mhm.
because I know that Bad Goblin can PC loop a lot, so I was just trying to avoid that. But I
And
think
you
the pressure
canceled
was just
off
too
most
much.
of it. So yeah, you got it. Basically locked down the PCs.
Kind of
Yeah,
funny.
I think I just used my one opener as DPC.
Right before you joined, we were literally just complimenting you about how well you played.
And then you're like, oh, I didn't play that well. I'm just like,
Yeah,
Wait,
oh,
wow.
that's kind
Crazy.
of good day.
Yeah,
What's
wait,
going
wow.
on?
no,
Sloppy
Sloppy
Potatoes.
Potatoes, you did just fine. Like, it was really impressive to watch, actually. You played, like, damn near, like, a high U, low X rank. Like, you had all the perfect weights, your macro was great. Just your stack conditions were amazing. So I just want to say you were really great to watch.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and Zunfei, do you have any comments on your match or your Sloppy Potatoes match?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Damn,
I-
that's crazy. Well, okay, yeah, sure. Anyways, so great jobs from all the players that we had for this first match on both teams, and we'll be going to a short intermission before the next match, which is once again New Utrecht versus Stuyvesant #1. So yeah, we'll be back shortly. Hello everyone. We are back for our second match of the day. Stuyvesant number 1 versus New Utrecht. I am once again Cyan Cyber.
And I am Nikash from Brooklyn Tech. I'm super excited to see these two teams today, New Utrecht and Stuyvesant number 1, in number 2 and 3 and 4 seeded players respectively. What do you think, Kurt?
Well, definitely going to be an
Anything-
exciting match today. Both players are extremely good. They are battling around like high SS and low U respectively. So they're only about 400 TR off. So definitely has potential to be a close match. Both players have shown excellent ability throughout the entire tournament. So yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. Should be able to start relatively soon. Just waiting on confirmation from both players.
Just waiting on New Utrecht.
Alright, looks like we got a confirmation from both players, so we are going to start.
Good luck, have fun.
Wait a minute.
Alright.
Right. So, both players starting off. It's just a couple sends. Booner is pushed up a lot higher though, and has a lot of garbage on their board, but just managed to downstack it cleanly, and is making their way down.
Definitely, Swirly Mancock has a bit of a misdrop there, and that's going to cost him the round. And with that, Booneram takes the first round of the match.
Do you think that username is like against our terms of service?
Sure, I'll just
Probably just call it Manuel. Let's be honest. Okay.
He'll be okay.
Okay, I think we should be okay. I don't know.
Manuel.
Okay, what appears to be an attempted STSD setup from Booner, but doesn't really seem to, like, that's not how you do STSD, so just an unfortunate misdrop there. And Manuel takes the first game against Booner, so tying it back up at 1-1.
Mancock. Manuel going for the SPCC opener. Gets the PC. Very strong spin from Mancock, and Booneram does manage to escape. His down stacker.
Mancock
Got nice
had...
donation.
Right, Mancock's pushed up really high there. Is going to try to make their way down. Does find a great combo down stack there. And, but Booner struggling a little bit. Doesn't have great pieces for this board. Has to waste the eyepiece there. However, it does manage to get another one and is going to make their way down safely.
Manuel just cost himself a bit of time with the misdrop there, but he got back pretty quickly. Booneram is still at the top. Pretty close to the top. It does open the well and gets that Tetris right there. Defending himself from Mancock. Manuel.
Okay, honestly, just say whatever feels comfortable at this point. This is getting horrible. It's fine. So don't worry about it. Alright, so Mancock is currently just working their way down, getting a great combo down stack, sending a lot of cheese onto Booneram's board. Booneram isn't really able to cancel all of it, and is going to struggle a little bit to deal with this while Mancock is really low. Does have the S misdrop, but isn't going to prove too dangerous. We're going to be able to clear out of it quickly. So yeah, both players are in about a mid-game position with Booner slowly, actually basically of making, having made their way through all that garbage and cheese.
Both players are showing that they have a pretty similar pace, and yeah, this has been going on for about 2 minutes now. Booner makes a bit of a misdrop there. Yeah, just needs the eyepiece. So Boomerang can find the right pieces. And, Manuel takes the second round for New Utrecht.
Right. Both players starting off
Alright.
with TKI variants. Manuel, actually both players have solid follow-ups and got a second T-spin double. However, Booner is now the one putting the damage onto Mancock's board. And Mancock currently waiting a little bit, actually taking a second to think, and now Booner kind of just like building their own 9-0 stack. Waiting, does have a T-spin double setup and is going to take it.
Yeah. Booner having to burn the lines before opening that well. Oh. Like a couple more with that S-King scout, but still ample time to open the well. This is commentator's first at its peak. Boonerum taking another misdrop. I don't wish any more misdrops on these players, but both players getting to the bottom of their board.
Booner currently trying to open up their well. Does get it. And now had to cancel that spike.
Well. Yeah.
Booner currently
very
just
well to cancel each other's turns.
Booner, I'm currently working their way down, having to just trying to work through a bit of the cheese coming from Manuel's board. Yeah, and just more cheese being sent over. Booner isn't really able to cancel all of it. Now, does get a little bit of a quad down stack, but is still going to struggle to deal with this cheese for a second. Just doesn't really have it yet just
a
yet.
lot really fast right now. And takes the third round for New Utrecht. Okay, now Manuel starting with PCO gets the PC. Has to get through this bit of cheese right now, but a bit of cheese of his own. Players are recovering, but maybe not so much Booneram. Another misdrop with those, yeah, has to give up there. Those pieces didn't support him at all in that situation.
Well, currently waiting a bit. Went for PCL, but didn't get it in time. Booner, currently just working with, trying to downstack their stack. Being sent a bit of cheese from Manuel, but it shouldn't prove too dangerous. Now, Manuel's trying to put on the pressure a little bit. Booner does find a nice downstack combo though to work with, and Manuel kind of struggles there with the L placement and misdrops it. It managed to skim it off in time, but this is an opportunity for Booner to try to get something going, but instead Manuel basically has their well open, having to go for an I spin to get it, but does manage to get out.
Yeah, now Booner here, sitting on a good amount of clean garbage, maybe looking for the TSS, does find it. And another, starting to build up a little bit of back-to-back here. Gets the quad down as well. Swarley, though, not too bothered by it.
Booner kind of just, waiting in the middle there with their T-spin double setup. Decides to take it. Manuel choosing to wait a bit, tanks it, and now has the big open well to send a lot back.
Problem is, though, it's a bit of an awkward stack here for Booner, and Swarley is largely at the bottom of the board. Booner going to find a way to clean it up, but Swarley's starting to build up some back-to-back in the meantime, and now has this 09 stack with some great garbage to boot. Double quad coming out, and Booner very, very high up at the board, looking for the down stack here, but burns both eyepieces on the side, going to leave a very, very greedy position right now. Not a good way down through this clean. Gets a TSD at the very, very top. Swarley looking for the kill here, gets a TSD. And the quad going to finish it off.
Yeah, big lead right now for Manuel. Currently up 5-1, big lead. We'll see if Booner is able to respond. Manuel starting off with the PCO is going to find the solution, sending a lot of garbage onto Booner's board, but once again, this is an opportunity for Booner to get a massive counterattack out of all that garbage.
Alright, and again, we're in this position where, but right as I say that, Booner may be looking for a fractal there, but not going to be able to find it after that misdrop. Great fix to still get the second TSD off. Swarley now sitting on a decently sized 5-4 stack, gets the TSS on the way down, and a great counting to 4. Booner all the way at the top, and that is going to be 6-1 in favor of Swarley.
Both players going to start this game off with TKI. Swarley definitely a lot faster than Boonerm is, but Boonerm now has a lot of garbage work to get, sending over a big 13 spike, pushing Manuel all the way up, but Manuel now has the garbage to send right back to Boonerm. Boonerm still alive for now, hanging on. Barely managed to get the clears in time to keep themselves alive here. Needs to open up the well quickly, or else this is going to prove extremely dangerous. She's choosing to just go for a couple combo clears. Is struggling a little bit, doesn't have the greatest pieces, but has managed to find that down stack into a quad. And so this is a totally livable position for Boonerm now, and now Manuel is at the top of the board struggling.
Yeah, and what a reversal. Great down stack there from Booner to get out of the position and put a second point on the board with that counter spike. Some excellent survival on display, but going to need to keep that up if they want a chance to get all the way back from this 2-6 deficit. Starting off here, we've got some exchange of clean. Both players sitting on a very, very open board state right now. Booner accepting some early, which honestly could prove to be for the better there, as they have this very clean 5-4 stack still coming out of it. But Swarley getting a nice 12 spike there, so neither player going to be in too much trouble at the moment.
Yeah, Booner currently just very low on the board, extremely safe. Manuel is a bit higher up, but is going to be able to find the down stacks they need. So both players not in too bad of a position, in a bit of a comfortable mid-game position. However, big spike coming out there for Manuel, pushing Booner all the way up, but Booner managed to down stack most of it.
Alright, and here we go. Once again, we're in this position where Swarley is the one putting the pressure on, but is also the one who is in a bit worse of the board state. Booner, right as I say that though, faced with some very, very awkward Q to work with. Finds a combo out, but still at the very top of the board. And those T pieces do not resolve cleanly. Yeah, and that's just going to be it. 7-2.
Yeah, just a bit cleaner of a stack there for Manuel, and had just unlucky pieces there from Booner. See, Manuel starting this off with MKO. Booner starting off with a misdrop of the eyepiece in the center of their board. It's going to take a bit to get out of this poor position. Does get another eyepiece though, and it's probably going to be fine. Does have the piece to get out. Manuel is trying to put on a bit of pressure, playing pretty fast at 2.3 PPS, much faster than Boonerm's 1.9 PPS. However, it does misdrop the J piece in the middle of their board, but does manage to get out quickly, and Boonerm doesn't really have anything to follow up with.
Yeah, but what they do have is a lot of misdrops right now, and Swarley's gotten all the way back down to the bottom of the board with this stride. 2 back-to-back online right now. And again, just building up this 9-0 times 3 now, but forced break it there on the counter spike from Booner. I'm still going to accept a line of cheese, but nothing too devastating. And now Booner has this TSD set up. Gets it off. No quad, though. That's going to be a triple there. Not quite the counting to 4 they were looking for, but still a 4 combo for their troubles. But coming off of it, it seems like they're going to be the one who's still more cheese. And Swarley, again, with his back-to-back, great counting to 4, and that back-to-back times 4 is going to bring it up to 8-2.
It's just extremely high-pressure gameplay from Manuel. Booner just didn't have really any of the options to get out of that. Immediate misdrop of the Z piece for this opener here for Booner. Manuel isn't going to be able to take advantage of this, and it is early on. However, it does find this really nice T-spin double into follow-up damage. Booner sent up, but is going to down stack this cleanly. Isn't going to be too much of an issue. Both players are somewhat high, but both are going to be able to get out of this, except unless they misdrop like Manuel did with that O piece. Struggling a little bit there, but does manage to get out. But Booner taking it a lot slower, but does also manage to get out of their position.
And now, Swarly here sitting on some great upstack right now. Very clean, but commits the TPs. That could prove a little bit troublesome getting down. Speaking of getting down though, covering the well there. Forced burn 2 IPs, but still getting a great combo out. And Booner has a lot of clean garbage as a result. Going to be interesting to see how they convert here. So ×2 back-to-back there. Another follow-up. Oh, Swarly's at the very top. Finding a good combo though. Staying alive and the multiplier. All the way back down.
Right, Booner at the top here, looking for some survival clears there, but couldn't get any in time, putting the eyepiece in time, and that's going to be a 9-2 lead for Manuel. So this is on match point
here.
Of course, Manuel starting off with the MKO once again, and is going to just send Booner up really high, but Booner is going to be just fine, potentially looking to downstack it, and does find the downstack with the pieces they need.
Oh, absolutely here. And now, both players pretty low down to the board. Booner sitting on a little bit of upstack right now, converts it into some 9-0, but not a great place for that eyepiece. Gets the TSS donation, but not going to be able to do too much to follow up on that. And now Swarly has so much clean garbage if they can access it. Find a combo, but they misdrop as well. And another misdrop. But Booner not really in a position to secure the kill here. Yeah, faced with an awkward board state, going to be forced to skim out. And Swarly lives to see another day, but the misdrops don't stop. And again, this is just so rough. But Booner needs to convert here. Very, very important round for them. They need to put some more points on the board. Swarly looking to get out. They do manage to survive for a little. Oh, but great conversion there. Finds the clutch combo and brings it up to 3-9.
Yeah, Booner getting some clutch time points for their team is the unders are going to need every advantage they can get, potentially. Swarly, once again, with the MKO, does have a slight misshot, but managed to resolve it relatively quickly and does get the T-spin double anyways. Booner currently working their way down, is about to open up the well, does need the piece for it. Oh, but misdrop of the Z piece on the right side. They do manage to send a quad down, but they're still struggling to clear out this garbage. Do they have it in time? Still alive for now, barely. Gets the desperate skim at the top, gets the quad afterwards, but it's just too much for Manuel. And that's going to be a 10-3 victory for Manuel of New Utrecht. Alright. So we will be moving to our unders match shortly, but I am joined by another co-commentator here who joined halfway through. You can introduce yourself.
Hey, I am Bad Goblin. I was popping in to take over for a bit from the cast there, and we'll be handing it back now. But very interesting to consider before I head out here how that overs match is going to have an effect long term, because 10-3 is not the biggest lead it could be, and honestly could prove to be something that the other team can overcome here, as if you have that initial momentum going in, it can be a lot harder for the other team to come back. So they get the lead coming back off the 3 side. I don't know. It could be interesting to see how that 7-point deficit shrinks.
Right, of course. So we will be moving to our... Oh, hello? Nakash?
Yes.
Were you going to say something? Or
Audio functioning?
what?
Oh, no, I was just going to agree.
Oh, yeah, sure.
With... Yes. My fellow commentator, William. Hopefully we can get the underplayers started soon. Believe we'll have Watching and Margie. Margie will need to to make the comeback from. Alright. Yes, Margie from Stuyvesant will need to make the comeback. Round 10-3 to secure this match for Stuyvesant. Pretty high stakes here. We have a ready from one player, both players.
We might have a
Started.
slight issue here. We are currently experiencing some technical difficulties. Alright, sorry about that. We will be getting started in just 1 second. It's going to be a first to 17 with the Stuyvesant #1 player, Margie, needing 17 games to close out for Stuyvesant, while Utrecht's watching will only need 10. It's definitely a huge advantage for watching, but it is closer than it could have been, so it's still definitely possible for Margie on the Stuyvesant #1 team.
Definitely.
Alright, so both
As
players.
soon as we can get a ready from both players, we will start. An ad break, actually.
Gotta be joking. Okay.
Alright,
Alright, seems both players are ready. We can just start.
Start it.
Alright.
alright, let's go.
Alright. So it appears like watching is going to start off with the PCO. It does get the damage off. RG does manage to take most of it successfully though. Now has a massive ball to work with of 9-0. RG definitely a very well known 9-0 dependent player. So this is basically the best that she can ask for.
Really high PPS player, from what I've seen. Well, watching has a bit of a misprop. Either it has to take a few seconds to clear it out. Yeah. Meanwhile, Margie is continuing to build that 9-0 stack. Watching a neat combo, but Margie sends a Tetris right back.
Watching currently working on this count of 4, does have it and is going to take a T-spin single out of that position. Margie a very cheese start right now and doesn't really have great pieces to deal with this. Struggling a little bit at the top. Finds a little bit of a down stack combo,
Yeah,
but
uncomfortable. Couldn't find the optimal down stack there. That was a difficult situation though. And the first round goes once again to Utrecht. Now watching, starting out with the PKI, sending some T-spins at 2.3 PPS or so. Now Margie is up high, but has multiple Tetris ready. It's the third Tetris, and watching does need to down stack right now. Both players do.
Margie didn't really have the
But
pieces.
Margie has a bit of a bad, like a bad parity situation, a very jagged board, and does it up a bit, but not in time to open the well back up. And it's the second round to New Utrecht against Sty. Alright, watching going with spin opener again.
Margie currently working with that
Margie
big
gets a
9-0.
double Tetris. Tetrises are, or quads, they're called in Tetris. They're still very necessary to the game. Not all T-spins.
Margie currently at the top of the board. They're
Watching-
struggling a little bit.
Ooh, really nice line there for Margie. He misses that J spin. If that J spin worked, Margie would have been safe, but. And that's the third round, so New Utrecht. Game. Watching, going for some T spins again.
Watching currently hitting Margie with a big 13 spike. Margie doesn't really have the pieces to deal with it. It's currently just waiting, but you can't really wait for prevent death by waiting. This is going to be yet another game for Watching. Watching coming with a big lead is only 6 games away from closing out for New Utrecht. RG does need to get a couple games quickly to give Stuyvesant a chance at winning this. PC there from Watching is going to take yet another game.
Clear. Almost 200 PM there in that short opener phase. It's 5-0. In reality, it's 15-0. Margie needs 17. And Watching only needs 5.
Watching currently struggling with their stack a little bit. Does need to open up the well. Is able to do so. Margie struggling to work struggling to deal with this cheese coming from Watching. Can't really cancel it well, and is so just kind of in a bad position. Watching to have this nice aggressive T-spin double setup is going to hit Margie for a big down stack combo. Margie able to survive barely, but the follow-ups are going. Looks like they might be too much for Margie to deal with.
Margie opens the well, but didn't get that burn into the Tetris in time. Nothing was just too fast. And now that it's 16-3 favor of New Utrecht.
Watching
building up pretty high.
hitting Margie for a big down stack combo. Margie isn't really able to cancel all of it. Is struggling a little bit at the top of the board. Needs pieces to survive. Misdrop of the Z piece though isn't going to allow that, and that's going to be a 7-0 lead for Watching. Only 3 games away now.
Watching just a significantly stronger player. Margie still has some room to catch up a bit. See what she can do the rest of
Watching currently just trying to open up their stack a little bit. Didn't have a great stack. Misdrop the O piece and the J piece. Just struggling right now. This is the opportunity that Margie needs to get out of this really awful position that they were stuck at the top of the board. And Watching just painting a Picasso piece there, just just everything going everywhere. But Margie does manage to get out, and Watching is slowly making their way out as well. We'll see if Margie is able to take advantage of this position, but for now, looks like Watching is going to be okay.
Margie has a bit of another misdrop. So now Watching is clean. Ready to send to Margie. There's a Tetris. Margie's up really high. This is uncomfortable, and it doesn't look like Margie enough time to get out of it. And that's 8-0 Watching. 2 more until and New Utrecht needs 2 more points for a victory against Stuyvesant here. And Watching getting that PC right out the bat. Margie has a clean down stack, but can she do it in time? A T piece, A piece into a Tetris. Decent spike. Watching. Watching is pretty comfortable and clean. Or
Watching, currently just trying to work their way down, struggling a little bit. Just get the T-spin chains though. Margie pushed all the way up, and with cheese underneath all that. So even if Margie just managed to survive all of this, he's going to have to deal with a lot of cheese in the future. However, big L misdrop and I misdrop from at the top there for watching. It looks like it's going to be potentially fatal if Margie can find the follow-up damage.
Watching is working through it fast. Margie showing that a bit of greed to continue down stacking. Finds that 7 combo, and watching is at the top of the board. Manages to open his well, but has a J misdrop there, and that's gonna be a bit uncomfortable for him for now. But Margie doesn't have much to send.
Margie needs to take advantage of this position. If you're gonna make a comeback, that you would have to do it right here. Margie does have the count to 4 ready. Is going to be able to send. However, watching just got the pieces just in time to be able to survive all of that. Definitely a big missed opportunity there for Margie. Actually, several times to finish watching off. Now watching is going to be able to make their way down. Currently, Margie is struggling a little bit at this end of the board. Does manage to find a quad though. Watching once again really messed up from what appears to be their own misdrops. So we're going to see if they're able to get out of this again.
Watching board is completely clean from Margie. But he has been getting through these very efficiently and while countering Margie. Margie now a Tetris, the second Tetris. In pretty strong sense. Watching bounce back up pretty quickly there. Oh, 3 minutes. Pretty long match. Both players matching each other's pace. Wow. Watching making a few more misdrops there. It makes a T-spin out of it.
Watching, currently just trying to deal with their self-made cheese. Margie now getting pushed up. Does have a great downstack combo though. Huge, getting almost 12 lines there in total. Watching, currently managed to deal with most of that combo extremely well and is going to try to get out of their bit of an uncomfortable position. Does manage to open up and does have a T-spin double follow-up.
Almost 4 minutes now. The speed is getting faster. Margie is a bit struggling a bit. Has those 2 key pieces in a row, and that's gonna do it. Match point for New Utrecht. Completely blurring in the under round. Watching starting out with the T-spin opener or whatever that opener is, and now Margie is up. Needs to open up as well really quickly. Really at the edge of the board right now, and just a bit too much send. That's it. Just go aboard. Okay, there you go.
Right.
GG's to both players.
Congratulations to New Utrecht for winning yet another game on their road to try to make top 4. So yeah, congratulations to all of our players today. We get interviews.
Hopefully, I'll invite them. One second. All right, let's interview our players.
What's up, y'all? So, who wants to talk about it? Great, Manuel, you first.
Oh. Pretty good game. Had fun. Had fun playing against Boonerang. And I had fun destroying kids from Stuyvesant. Specifically because Kurt.
I can relate.
Wow. Okay.
I
Wow.
hate Sty because Kurt.
Damn, that's
I love
crazy.
I love Brooklyn Tech.
Oh.
Brooklyn
Why?
Tech. Brooklyn Tech.
Damn.
I love Brooklyn Tech. You trick too.
Oh my God.
Why is Sty catching strays out here?
Alright.
This is ridiculous. Okay. Well, do you have any thoughts on your playing Boonerm? Was it like a hard match, or did you I don't know. Like, how did you find Boonerm?
I'm gonna be honest.
What was the most challenging?
Yes, be honest. Be as honest as possible.
Yes.
I wasn't trying that much, to be honest.
God damn, Boonerm. You have anything to say about that?
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I was like misdropping everywhere, so that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You did
I
good
swear
though. You
I
took
played
3
better
rounds.
than that.
You did good. You did good. You took 3 rounds from me.
The cope is real. Okay. Let's move to the unders. Okay. Anything watching? What's up with you?
Considering my hands were cold, I think I played really well. Except for the fact that I think it was round 9 where I misdropped like 17 pieces.
Yeah.
That was not good.
Okay, but the thing is, Margie failed to kill you, so Margie kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie.
Both of you
Okay,
kept
okay.
going.
Well, you don't have to go that far, right?
Yeah, but like she's like my underclassman at Sty. I don't really care.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well that you can have beef with those. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Margie,
not my problem. That's not my
Margie, you
problem.
want to defend yourself?
No.
Exactly, because you suck.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Step up your game, though, bro.
Why are you being mean to your own soul?
Because they're my own team. I'm like rooting for them, and then they sell the bag. I'm just. Alright, whatever. That's
Honestly,
okay.
this is all your fault, Kurt.
What did I
Get
do?
your
I
APM
stumbled-
up, bro.
Both of you had some consistent play, like multiple misdrops, and you just kept going.
Yeah, it was consistently poor.
Really exciting to watch.
See, you see how nice Nikosh is?
Yeah, because
This
Nakash
is
has
why
to be
I'm stuck with
professional. I'm like retired.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Wow.
I'm chilling.
Crazy.
Alright, well, I think,
Who
unless
other
anyone
one?
has any other
Or-
words, if anyone wants to say
That's it.
anything, you can do it now. Alright.
I think you guys are a
I
little
was-
scary.
Damn, that's crazy.
You should think
Bro,
that.
you should see Manuel. You should if you look at Manuel,
I am quite
he is
horrifying
not.
at
He is not.
a 5'1" height.
Damn.
No.
Geometry Dash 2.
I stopped playing that.
That's
Stop.
crazy. Well, I guess I can just wrap it up. Alright, well, thank you everyone for watching today's stream and watching today's matches. Congratulations to all the players and our winners today. Thank you, and tune in next time for the next round of round robin matches. See you. Y'all can say goodbye too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. GG.